I'm back. I'm back. Nothing has happened. I literally just left and came back. I'm still wearing the same pants and everything. Right, yeah. So, build a coconut harvester. Yeah, we're gonna do that. I mean, here's the thing. There's some sort of trade-off that's not like obviously documented between fulfilling the requests of the government and getting this revolutionaries number up. Like, if you keep doing positive missions or missions with positive outcomes for the AI government, then this number doesn't go up. And that's what's been really hard for me to balance, and that I've been having a lot of trouble with. Oh, I built this, but I didn't put it on anything. Let's put it on the independent. And then, if we ever get the money, we'll build a bunch of housing. I've been having a lot of trouble with this. I don't know why. Alright, did you build this? Yeah. We're not using that, though. We're going to go past this urban... Oh, that should have been issued already. We're going to pass this urban development. Hear the lawnmower outside. Don't worry, it won't take long because they do a really bad job. And then we're just going to spam the fuck... Then we're going to spam the fuck out of bunkhouses. Try to get some people out of the shacks. It is every citizen's final duty to go into the shacks. I mean the tanks. I'm evicting them before actually building the new housing. Oh, well, there's a little bit, though. We want to get rid of that and this and this and that and this and this and this and that and this and this and that and that and this as well. We should probably build some down here, too. Oh, I don't know what she said, and I accidentally clicked off. Fucking A. Come here, come back. Produce corn, yes, I'll do that. Of course I'll fucking do that. That's like a free one. More bunkhouses. Presidente. Presidente's golf tour. Come to Presidente Golf, where dictatorship is not a problem. I clicked off something else. It was a crown demand for building 2 plantations. Well, shit, man. That's an economic incentive. How often do we say yes to the crown? Where are the ethics of that? I don't know. But I do want to build something like coffee or tobacco. Cocoa? No. Cotton? No. Rubber? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. No. Well, I mean, there aren't really any good choices where I was planning on building. Like right here. See that dark red area? I could build a sugar. I don't want to build a sugar. Cotton, no. Rubber is better than anything, I guess. I mean, I don't even know how rubber outputs in this era. And then in future eras, is there some sort of manufacturing chain with rubber on it? Because I actually don't know that. We're going to get rid of this middle road here. Right there. There it's gone. Oh, let's get rid of that road too. Yeah, let's get rid of that road. There you go. That looks a little bit better. You never know. Maybe it'll vastly improve. Presidente! Greg Norman is going to play golf for you! I don't give a shit about golf. So that's one of my core issues with reflecting on this particular supposed moral conundrum. I guess ultimately my answer is this. If you are already wealthy and you are comfortable and safe, and then you take one of these questionable moral deals, then you have made a questionable moral decision. However, if you are not already wealthy, within a certain level of comfort and accessibility, and you take one of these deals, I really find it very difficult to say anything bad about you. What's the reality there? The reality there is that, who wouldn't take $20 million or $10 million if it meant an easier and happier life for them and their family? Everybody I know would go for that deal. I don't know anyone who would be like, yeah, I'm really, really moral and I'm that good of a person. Because I actually don't, and maybe I just don't know very many good people. I don't know. I deleted some roads before I had the money to put new ones down, and that was dumb. So I don't know. I guess the real question then becomes, in the case of Arlo White, famous broadcast, quote-unquote journalist, sports broadcaster, was he already comfortable? Well, he made a lot of money on that Premier League deal. Let's see. Arlo White, Premier League deal. So they replaced him with Peter Drury. How much was he making? Keep in mind that the Premier League, or NBC, pays almost $3 billion for the rights to the Premier League, right? So Arlo White's salary, I don't know how much it was. I'm trying to find that out. Having some trouble finding it. Arlo White's salary is a negligible portion of that $3 billion. Let's see. See, this is bullshit. This website says that his net worth is $1 million and his salary is $150,000. There's no way that's true. I would guess that his salary is with the old company was upwards of several $1 million, but that's just speculation based on what I know of other sports broadcasters. Looks like his net worth might be approaching $100 million, but I'm not seeing a really strong source for that. Look, if the guy really was making $150,000, which there's no way he was making $150,000, he would definitely have the right, in my opinion, to throw away any sort of ethical concerns and just accept the fact that he's now going to make a bunch of money. Because I know $150,000 is a lot to a lot of people, but the reality is it's not actually that much money. It doesn't put him in a very high income bracket, and he could definitely do it more. I think everybody who's ever made $150,000 is thinking, yeah, I could do it more. That said, of course, if you've made $30,000 your whole life, $150,000 sure sounds like a fucking lot. The construction workers can't even get to these plantations because I stupidly destroyed the roads. This is why I haven't been doing well in this game. Lack of focus. The problem is that parts of it are really slow and boring. Like waiting for shit to get built and waiting for the economy to turn over. Like what's happening with my exports now? When was the last time I actually exported anything? There's no sugar in here at all. Are you telling me that I used all the sugar or that you exported all the sugar instead of fucking keeping it? Where is all the fucking sugar, Arlo White? Give me back my sugar, Arlo! Arlo White stole all of my sugar from Tropico. I don't think Arlo White stole any sugar from Tropico. Yeah. So, I mean, in the end, are you about the money? Yeah, everyone's about the money. Are you about living ethically? I mean, some people are about living ethically. Some people are about the money. So what broke here? Right? Why did my sugar all disappear? Like literally thousands and thousands of reserve sugar. It's all gone. It all got exported. If I recall correctly, there are no export controls in this game. So I can't tell it not to get exported, can I? Well, I lost. As you can see, it's about to tick over and I'm about to lose. Oh, man. I don't know. I wish I could be known as like a moral person. That would be important to me. This fucking corn on the cob. What do you think about this? A beer, a single 12-ounce beer. No, yeah, it's single 12-ounce New Glarus beer, which is fine. 1 corn cob, 1 bratwurst, and 1 ticket. $25. Holy shit! What a deal that is! That actually, at first I thought this deal sucked. And then I realized that it's included in the price of admission. And then I was like, wow, that's a good deal. I don't live anywhere near Madison, so I won't be taking advantage of that anytime soon. Yeah, man. I don't know. I honestly, I'd like to be outraged at Arlo White, but I'm not really outraged at Arlo White. I am kind of upset that that the Saudis can just throw their money around in this way, right? No one could have stopped them from starting their own golf tour, right? But the English could have said the Saudi investment fund is not a fit owner of Newcastle, for example, which they did not do. So I lost that because something happened to the sugar. I'm actually not sure what happened. I guess it all got exported repeatedly and none of it went into the factory. And like I said, I don't think there's actually a way to control exports in this game. There were in earlier versions you could just forbid certain item exports. But I don't believe you can do it in this game. I'm a little confused. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, I don't know. I guess we're gonna take another shot, see how it goes. See if this island's ass. This island's garbage. No. In fact, I want to mark this random key here as, like, never use this again. Presidente. You're a bitch-ass, Presidente. It's true. Presidente! Have you considered a golf tour? Yes, actually, I have thought about a golf tour. Why do you ask? El Presidente's golf tour. Perfectly ethical and moral. Now get against the wall. Wait, what? Awkward. Hey. Didn't I uncheck the fucking volcano box? Yes, I did. It must have fucking reverted it. New game. Sandbox. Volcano. Disable. What the fuck? So, okay. What? Do the settings on the map don't actually affect the map? I'm deeply distressed by what happened there. I definitely have volcano off. I double checked it. I definitely saw a volcano in the last fucking map. It's like a ground level volcano, but that's because I have the height variant stuff off. See, this is ass as well. Anytime your stuff is on a peninsula like this, it's basically financially unviable. So we're not using that. Garbage. Your AI map generation is garbage. It is. It's real bad. I would much rather get mad about video games than take Saudi money. Just saying. I'm never going to let this go. I mean, I really think there's a serious moral issue there, and you don't have to agree, but like, and I mean, you can ask, it's fair to ask me the question too, but no one's actually asked me the question when holding the pile of money. So the reality is I can't actually be judged, right? Like, you can't be judged either, because you haven't had someone hand you the pile of money and be like, do this thing. The music has stopped. Like, it's run out of music. Which is what it's completely run out of Calypso. The entire genre is empty. Okay, go back to Latin genres. Okay. Go back to the genres page, because that little sub page I was on is garbage. Just saying. Let's try Bossa Nova. No, we're definitely not listening to that track. In fact, can I mark this as never play this again? No. Really, there's no blacklist button? Okay, sure. I guess I'm crazy for thinking that there should be one. Ah, see, I got a fucking dingle dick again. What the fuck? I don't want any dingle dicks. I need something relatively centralized where there's plenty of land for fucking crops without building weird and crazy roads. Goddamn dingle dick. It had that, you know, we're still adjusting with the new dog. He's behaving pretty well. We left him alone for about 45 minutes this morning. And he was crying when we left, but we didn't hear him when we came home, so I think he calmed down a little bit. And then, of course, you know, we just went to the grocery store real quick, so I'm going to try to brew some prison hooch. No, I'm making some cider, and it turns out it's actually quite easy. What? Why? Do I have an option here selected that says put the fucking capital on a little fucking peninsula hanging off the end that is like remote and difficult to get to? Is there a button for that somewhere? Is there a button that says please fuck with me? Please shit in your hand and feed it to me? Please do that? I didn't see that button. So I like to shit in my hand and clap. Don't shit in your hands. I probably don't actually have to say that, but it looks like it's on a dingle dick. Okay, so the AI is clearly like the map constructor, whatever, clearly favors tiny little peninsulas. I beg your pardon. No one likes tiny little peninsulas. Man, I guess I'm an island size king. I'm a king, obviously. Obviously. Here, let's just try 42069. Can we put letters in there? XXX, no, okay. 42069, let's see what we get. Memes, lol, the sex number, funny numbers. Anytime today. It's moments like these where I doubt the horsepower of AMD processors, for what it's worth. Okay, it's on a little dingle. There's a volcano. Okay, this is clearly a volcano, right? I have volcanoes turned off. Screenshot. I didn't disable lyrics because it seems to me that there wouldn't be much calypso music without lyrics, though all the music, Latin music without lyrics, rather. So 42069 made a tiny little island with a volcano on it. That feels like a comment. Maybe it's a personal insult to myself. There is a state senator in North Dakota, the state next to the state I live in. Look, this is like it heard me and just decided to fuck with me. It's not only on one peninsula, there's another peninsula right there. I heard you like peninsulas, bro, so we put your city on a peninsula within a peninsula, bro. All right. I don't think that peninsula is street legal. Shut up and get in your peninsula car. All right. Anyways, there was this guy in North Dakota who was a state senator who got caught messaging another guy who was convicted with child porn. Like he's like a serious threat to children, child porn. Oh my god. Okay, this island isn't great, but this is probably the best start we've had. Also, can't help but notice that there is another volcano here. So the volcano toggle doesn't work. I don't want a volcano because you know what happens. We're gonna live with it because I've generated like 12 cities in a row. So anyways, this guy was exchanging messages extensively with a man who was just convicted like child porn. And he's like stepped down, and they're investigating him and stuff. But the part that's funny to me, right, as someone who's worked in IT for a long time, is that this guy was using his state-issued laptop and iPad to communicate with this guy. And it's like, all right, I know not everyone is computer literate, but if you use your state-issue computer to look up child porn, you are going to get caught at some point, right? It's not an if, it's a when. Now, those IT people probably don't have a lot of time to deal with your fucking pedophilia. But one day they will have some time, and I know these people because I have been those people. They will go through your shit, and they will find your kiddie porn, and when they find it, they will report it. I have done it. I used to work in the laptop repair depot, and we always went through your shit, right? We didn't respect your privacy. We went through your shit. And you could talk about that being wrong or whatever, and you're right, it is wrong. But also, you know what else is wrong? When I'm going through your shit and I find kiddie porn, yeah, that part's wrong. That part's wrong. Just to clarify, you should not be looking at kiddie porn. I know. Kiddie porn aficionados are like, oh, but come on. I like them. No. Should we do more sugar here? It's good land for sugar. Sugar water. All right. I gotta stop doing that. Oh, I've put those in the wrong place though. Sugar water. Why did I do that? What visual reference was I using here? I was using this line somehow. Unpause. Wait for it to clear, then pause it again. That's another really broken thing in this game. Having to wait for something to demolish like that in real time. But it doesn't, nobody actually has to come over and do it. So I've just built 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sugar farms. And then a set of food farms. So I want to build 2 more sugar farms. Sugar water! I can't not do it. I can't not do it. Sugar. Alright, maybe when I'm older. Sugar again and sugar again. That should be 9 sugar farms. Alright. And then, is there a logical line to draw here? There is. There's not 3 road modes, dude. There's 2 road modes. Road on, road off. Road on, road off. Road on, road off. Have you considered taking $1 million? Would you take $1 million? What was the Robert Redford movie? A Decent Proposal, right? Where he offers someone $1 million to have sex with Demi Moore, right? Who is in it? Wiki Indecent Proposal. I was looking up Indecent Exposure. I think that's an entirely different film. It's an erotic film. Directed by Adrian Lynn, written by Amy Holden Jones, based on the 1988 novel by Jack Engelhard, in which a couple's marriage is disrupted by a stranger offering $1 million of a wife to spend the night with him. It stars Robert Redford, Demi Moore, and Woody Harrelson. Okay, Woody Harrelson's the husband, I think. Mostly negative reviews, was a box office success. Okay, so they're high school sweethearts living in California. Real estate agent, David wants to be an architect. They invest everything in David's project. The recession leaves Diana without a house to sell, David without a job. They need $50,000 to save their land from being repossessed. They travel to Las Vegas figuring they'll gamble it. At the casino, Demi Moore catches the eye of the billionaire Robert Redford. while David wins over $25,000 at crap. Reveling in their winnings, Diana assures David she loves him regardless of the money. Next day, they lose everything at roulette. Leaving the casino, they notice a crowd gathered to watch billionaire Elon Musk. No, Robert Redford playing poker. Robert Redford makes a winning craps roll on his $1 million bet. As thanks, he pays for their stay in a hotel, gives them a suite, and buys her a dress she wants. Then he offers $1 million to spend the night with Diana, but she and David refuse. After a sleepless night, they agree to the proposal. They get a legal contract written up. David has a change of heart and races to stop them, but arrives just as they depart by a helicopter. Gage flies to his private yacht and offers her a chance to void the deal and return to their husband if he loses a toss of his lucky coin. He wins the toss and then they fuck. Agreeing to forget the incident, they return home and learn their property was foreclosed and resold anyways. David accuses Diana of continuing to see him after he finds a business card in her wallet, which she denies. It was Gage who bought their land. Dun, dun, dun. It was the guy who indecently proposed them who bought their land. Diana confronts him, rejects his attempts to pursue her. When she informs David, they reach a breaking point and they separate. And Diana later tells him to keep all the money. Okay, that would never happen. Weeks later, Robert Redford visits Diana at work and renews his advances. She eventually consents. Romance develops. Haunted by happy memories, David hits rock bottom, publicly confronts the two of them, pulls his life back together, finds a teaching position, and the wife files for divorce. Finding her at a zoo benefit with Robert Redford, David donates the entire $1 million in a charity auction bid, then makes his peace with Diana and signs their divorce papers. Realizing that Diana will never love him the way she loved David, Robert Redford lies to her that she is merely the latest member of his $1 million club of women. Seeing through his deception, she gratefully ends their relationship. Before parting ways, he gives her her lucky coin, which she realizes is double-headed. Oh my god, he raped her. That's rape. That's rape, by the way. Diana returns to the pier where David proposed to her 7 years later. Finding him there, they repeat their unique declaration of love and join hands. Why would anyone watch that? That's one of the worst things I've ever heard. That synopsis is terrible. The original story is the main character's name is Joshua and he's Jewish, and the billionaire is an Arab. So that adds a significant level of like ethno-religious tension to the plot. I mean, that sounds terrible. It sounds terrible. I haven't seen it. Demi Moore used to be super hot. I mean, she's still an attractive woman, but she's, 60 or something, right? Wiki Demi Moore. And then she had implants, but had them removed. And she looks kind of deflated now. Let's see. How old is she? She is 59, so she is almost 60 years old. So I was pretty close to right. But she was a very beautiful woman. When that movie came out, she was still very beautiful. And she was definitely still quite big name. She's essentially a nobody now. But and I don't mean that as an insult. It's just the reality of Hollywood is that you don't last forever. And she has not lasted forever. As everyone else does, with the exception of people like Robert Redford, who somehow was making that movie at like 80 or something like that. Okay, so we've got our initial plantations. I believe we put down 9 sugar farms, sugar water, and 3 food farms, which is what we were thinking about. Then we're going to use this area here to start putting down industrial infrastructure. 9 farms is 3 rum distilleries, in my opinion. So we're going to put down 3 rum distilleries, and then we're going to put down an equal number of Teamsters offices, like that. And then I think on the back side of this, we'll do that. And we're out of money. We're not completely out of money, but we're mostly out of money. While we're here, we already set research. Let's fire up food for the people. And Make the game go faster. Make the man fly, Mommy. Make the man fly. I want to see him fly, Mommy. Yeah. People have the right to criticize you for your actions. It doesn't matter what your actions are. No one is free from criticism or the derision of others. So if you are going to accept money from the Saudi government, it's not like you don't know that's controversial. It's not like, oh, I had no idea that other people had problems with, the human rights record of the Saudi government. Then, shit. You're an idiot because you should have known someone was going to find something wrong. But look, and I'm not saying it's just the Saudis or anything either, obviously. But people get to have their opinions about your fucking conduct, and they get to express them. And if they happen to write for fucking papers, then they should get the right to fucking, slate you for it. They're like, look, dude, you're a scummy guy who's only all about the money. If you are only about the money, you should not give a shit that anybody else has just said you're about the money, right? Because if you're about the money, you're about the money. That's you. You can choose that choice. And I'm not willing to say you shouldn't do it because, like I've mentioned, if you are not rich, there's no way you're saying no to that. There's no way that the Saudi government offering you absurd money to broadcast golf, which is a relatively innocuous thing for what it's worth, that's just not, you're not going to say no. And you shouldn't if you're poor or you're of modest means. If you're already wealthy, you get to be ethical, though. You can make choices like that. There is no reason for, say, someone like Elon Musk, who's worth $200-some billion, to ever do something that's opposed to his ethical system, whatever ethical system Elon Musk has. Right? There's no reason for him to ever compromise his personal code of ethics because he's got everything he needs, right? And more. Everything Elon Musk owns, Tesla, SpaceX, the Boring Company, I don't know what else he owns. All of that could fail right now, and he would still be wealthy the rest of his life. Very wealthy as well, not just a little wealthy. Not like I'm fine wealthy. Just saying. I'm fine wealthy. I'm fine wealthy is I'm going to be fine until I die, but I'm not going to leave that much money behind. Wealthy is I'm leaving money behind. Who should it go to? I have to think about it. Super wealthy is like, I don't care what people think about me. I'm going to eat babies if I want to eat babies. Where's my adrenochrome? I don't really think that's a thing, by the way. Let's put it this way. If you were a wealthy billionaire and you had to like find some way to live forever for some reason, because I'm actually not sure about that part, why would you use people? It's just not a good use. You can find something else, something else. You could just synthesize whatever baby chemical that's making you live forever in a laboratory, because you're worth that much money. You can just make a laboratory, but with the baby stuff tastes better. I prefer my adrenochrome with infant crying on top, or whatever. What was it? There's a cosmetic that some people use, and it's not as rare as you think. Cosmetic with baby foreskin in it. So there's a bunch of cultured cells that originally came from baby foreskin, right? So years ago, someone cut off a baby's foreskin and grew a whole bunch of cells from it, right? And then the beauty industry, baby foreskin cells are like stem cells, or very close to undifferentiated stem cells. So they have a significant therapeutic potential to take the place of defective cells in your body, which includes your face. So some wealthy people are using a cream that includes these stem cells derived from foreskins. So, would you rub foreskin cream on your face if you knew it would make you look younger? That's a question you can't answer until you're 50, right? Because you say right now, no, I'd never do that. I mean, keep in mind, babies are not circumcised for this. It's not like a harvesting operation. It's just weird. And it probably doesn't work either. That's the best part, is that everything in cosmetics is just like full of shit, right? Like, oh, rejuvenating formula. Do you have any science behind that? No, we just made that shit up. Say gold, but I'm not mining any gold. So I guess I better find some gold real quick. Quick, press the mine button. Oh god, we gotta get some. Oh, hey, look at this one. We got a street right here. It's not a very big, well, the mine's fine, I guess. Let's high priority that, please. Thank you. Oh, they were already working on it because there's nothing else to do. So what's your line for donating your baby's foreskin? Is it $1 million? What's the ethical dilemma on donating a foreskin? I mean, cutting off the foreskin's probably problematic as is, but a lot of people don't care about that. So if we go straight to assuming that cutting off the end of the cutting off the tip, just the tip, is okay, then I think that means if cutting off the tip is okay, then you can't really object to what people use the tip for. Is that right? Is there an ethical comparison to that? Like, what is it? Oh, you know what that is? That's basically using the science from the Holocaust, right? Like some mad, crazy Nazi, right, has developed the cure for some horrible disease, but he did it in the camps. Would you use that cure for cancer? All right, so Herr Doctor Nazi Man, hello. I will not do any more racist German accents. Herr Doctor Nazi Man develops a way to give you eternal youth appearance, right? I was just going to say appearance because I think it becomes too ethically complicated if it's actually eternal life. I'm not sure, though, now that I think about it. So anyways, eternal youth appearance. What a great place for the Pirate Cove. It's even in a cove. Oh my god, Pirate Cove within a cove. So Nazi doctor developed anti-cancer drug in the camps by experimenting on victims. It doesn't really matter who the victims are in this scenario, but we'll just say it's the Holocaust victims. So gypsies, homosexuals, Jews, of course. I meant to actually say Jews first. Poles, various other Slavic groups, etc. They're destroying one of my fucking pirates, landing and attacking. Seems wrong, doesn't it? It does. Do you use the medicine that was developed in the Nazi concentration camp to protect yourself, or to save your life, or to save the life of a loved one? Is there a difference between you and someone else? What if the person being saved is a person who was in the camps? So, like, what if you got a cure for cancer, somebody came out of the camps, they somehow survived, the war ended, they came out, 30 years later, they have cancer. Should they take the medicine that was derived from the suffering of their fellow camp prisoners? Is that ethical? That's probably more ethical than not taking it, than taking it if you're not in the camp, right? Because at least you suffered for it. Then I don't actually know. Is that better? Is suffering for it better? I don't know. They're gonna destroy my fucking rum distillery. Pirates have landed on shore, and they're just aimlessly firing into my rum distillery. Quick build this. Come on. I need troops. It's every citizen's final duty to go into the camps. Oh. So do you use the product of an unethical thing to save your life? And does it change the circumstances if you are one of the sufferers? Can you benefit from exploitation of yourself? What's another example of that we could create? Okay, how about this? In America, we have a history of performing medical experiments on people kind of quietly, kind of whatever. That's largely stopped for what it's worth, but it was definitely real 40 years ago. So there was this thing called the Tuskegee syphilis experiments, where a whole bunch of people who had caught syphilis on their own from various means, some sexual and some not, doesn't matter, were treated for syphilis. But in most of these cases, or at least a portion of these cases, they actually received no treatment. And instead, they were told they were being treated, but the disease would run its course, and they studied it. So let's, for a second, detach from that and say, because the ethics of that experiment, I think, are fairly clear. Let's detach from that and say, if you are one of those guys, right? You got syphilis at a young age, doesn't matter how. You went through 30 years of this experiment where they let you suffer with syphilis. But that experiment has somehow allowed them to develop the cure for syphilis. Is it okay for you to take it? Well, if you're in the study, it's definitely okay, because you were the one who suffered. What if you're a family member of someone in the study? Let's say you picked up syphilis by contact somehow, I don't know if that works, from that family member. Is it okay then? Well, yeah, boy, it seems okay then, doesn't it, right? Because your loved one suffered for it and you were in close contact, which means you probably suffered by proxy for it. So that seems ethical. Okay, now it's me. I get syphilis through it doesn't matter how. Should I take a vaccine that's been developed through human suffering? I don't actually know. I'm an innocent. I didn't do the experiment. I just got syphilis. I've got syphilis. I do not have syphilis. Don't clip that. I think that's a fairly complicated ethical problem. I think maybe some other people would find it simple, but I find it quite difficult. I think that it's probably okay for me to take the vaccine because I wasn't involved in the process that caused the suffering. But, honestly, that's a very complicated question again. I mean, the potential negatives are pretty profound. You're curing your syphilis somehow implicates you in the study in the first place. I mean, if you conducted the experiment, it becomes clearly unethical to accept the treatment. What if you conducted the experiment for someone else? Hey, I did it! How? Hold on a second here. Now, I've built nothing. I've built nothing. Like, I haven't built a chapel, I haven't built a grocery, I haven't built any housing. I've built a fish thing and a pirate cove on request. And I've done it. Oh, what the fuck? This is weird, right? Is that the way it's supposed to work? Is that operating as intended? I'm gonna get rid of this road. What I did do is not spend any money because I was too busy thinking about ethics. There's irony there somewhere, I think. Somewhere. Irony? Irony, is that you? Irony, are you in there? I want to apologize for that joke, but it's just too bad. I don't think you can actually apologize for a joke that bad. I don't need to, but I need to put this tower down with the door facing a reasonable manner. Right. So apparently the pirates are about to arrive, so let's quick build this guard tower. This would be insane. It would be insane. You'd be like, aha, we've arrived at the target. We're going to burn this plantation to the ground, fellow pirates. Yes, we're all pirates and we love burning. Oh shit, there's now a defensive tower. Fuck. Okay, we'll shoot it instead. So if maybe the soldiers could show up anytime soon. Here they are. Hello, Chip Chip. How are you? Let's stand in the middle of the road and fire. Yes, excellent. Not at all suspicious. Ah, the second squadron has arrived. Man, there's pretty high casualties in this shit. They fixed it, though. I didn't have to fix it myself. So I'm able to advance by doing nothing. Like, nothing. All I've done is make myself money. They destroyed this whole fucking thing. What kind of pirate would burn down a rum distillery in the first place? Let's be serious. Actually, I believe you'll find... Let's quick build this. Let's rebuild it. Oh. So I had to pay for the rebuild and the quick build. And the Dunderstill, of course, too. Alright, so... Is sugar going out? Not currently. We're gonna watch this dock, right? Because if you look now, the rum distilleries have no sugar in them. They're showing the empty package icon. Well, this one is right now. Yeah, I mean they're burning through the sugar really fast. But there's a lot of sugar farms, man. Why is this on monoculture? I swear to fucking Pete that these were all on fucking multiculture. The mandate's running out, but I can take revolution tomorrow. It's just probably not a good idea to do it when you're not ready. I don't even have a fucking library. I don't have a library. I don't have a newspaper. I don't have a single home built. I destroyed homes, and somehow I've gotten through. Okay. I'll put the library there, I guess. Whenever I do this and I have space next to my palace, I never know what to put in there. You do want to put fucking houses in there. And want some privacy in your yard, even though, you know, there's a little fence, but... Library finally fucking constructed, sir. Oh, we done dick. Let's go ahead and do this. I like this one because it gives high school education for free, but if you look at this in the fan community, they say don't do this one. But that's because people with high school educations in jobs that don't require it are unhappy or less happy or something like that. I just don't think that's actually particularly meaningful in the game. Like, I don't think the punishment for unhappy workers is that high. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Pirates again. It's worth advancing out of this age just to not have to fight the fucking pirates. Oh, pirate interrupted. Gentlemen, can I suggest that you fire from, I don't know, cover? Or like get a flanking position or something? Because this is definitely not the best way to do this. And they all die. They're all dead. Now I gotta recruit new guys. Alright. I mean, I might as well flip this. Apparently I'm never gonna do a crown or trade route. I have gold set, but it's not even fully staffed or anything, so that's not going to happen. So I only have 4K though, so I currently can't afford to pay for independence. Is this broken again? No, it's exporting corn. There's no sugar in either of these. There's a little bit of rum. I think the supply chain is broken, guys. Like, I think it might be fundamentally broken. There are 9 fucking sugar plantations here. Right? No, that's corn. That's sugar. Sugar. Okay, that's 3 sugar. Banana, pineapple. Okay. Okay, I'll be back later to stream some more, but definitely not this because this is the level of frustration I was at before with this game, and